Thanks for watching. It's Around the Globe, and today, Wednesday, always dedicated to Africa, the African continent, and an important event that has happened this week was the regional leaders signing a peace deal for Eastern DR Congo in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. Reading further into this accord, how far is it going to open ways for peace for DR Congo, and how about the challenges that lay ahead that might hamper establishing this sense of peace on solid grounds? We'll be talking more about this topic and this headline, DR Congo signing a peace deal, regional leaders signing this deal in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. Let's watch the highlights of the event in Addis Ababa, and we'll be back.
Regional African leaders signed a deal aimed at pacifying the troubled east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. UN Chief Ban Ki-moon, who was present at the signing ceremony, said he hopes that the framework will lead to an era of peace and stability for the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo and the region. He also said that it is only the beginning of a comprehensive approach that will require sustained engagement. The agreement could lead to creation of a special UN intervention brigade in eastern DR Congo to combat rebel groups as well as new political efforts. DR Congo's mineral-rich east has been ravaged by conflict involving numerous armed groups for the past 2 decades, with new rebel movements spawned on a regular basis, some of them with backing from neighboring countries. The latest surge in violence was in 2012 and culminated in the rebel March 23 movement force briefly seizing the key town of Goma last November. Leaders or representatives of 11 regional countries signed the document after a first attempt to get the peace agreement signed last month was called off at the last minute.
And from signing the agreement for peace in the DR Congo to the situation in Mali, we know that the French forces are engaged in heavy fighting in Mali. Many rebels had been killed in the recent weeks. Let's watch the highlights from Mali and we'll be back.
French President François Hollande said his country's forces are engaged in the final phase of the fight against militants in northern Mali. He said there had been heavy fighting in the Ifugaz mountains, where militants were thought to be hiding. Hollande also praised Chadian troops for their efforts in the same area. According to the Chadian army, 13 Chadian soldiers and some 65 militants were killed in clashes on Friday. Chad's government has promised to deploy 2,000 troops as part of the African-led international support mission to Mali. Speaking in Paris, President François Hollande said heavy fighting was taking place in the far north of Mali near the Algerian border. France has deployed 4,000 troops since the 11th of January to help the Malian government eject militants who seized control of the north of the country last year. The French-led forces faced little resistance during the initial offensive when they recaptured major towns of Gao, Kidal and Timbuktu. Meanwhile, more help for the French and African forces is being offered by the United States, which is sending Predator drones to Niger. U.S. officials said that the unarmed drones would be used to overfly the zone of combat in Mali and provide information about the deployments.